Powerful one for life.
Here we go. We're heading into Safeway. We're gonna show you guys by request for a video, reading labels, what to look for, what to look out for, good things to buy, bad things to buy, what stuff means, and we're gonna take you guys in. We're gonna do a little shopping and give you guys some knowledge. Let's do it. All right, let's see. We could rip this apart. It's funny how all the stuff that's shitty is all gone. Alright, so one thing that's super important is when you're looking for food, the first thing you should look at, most people are going to say you should look at the calories, the macros, so like protein, carbs, fat, stuff like that. The first thing I look at is the ingredients, because if it's not good ingredients, it's not going to be healthy for you. Okay, so there's a difference between foods that maybe are going to make your muscles bigger and stuff like that. That doesn't mean they're going to be healthy. So you look at something like egg whites, really no nutritional value except for the fact that it's got some protein in it. So the first thing I do, I don't look at price, because the truth is if something is good quality, I'll pay a premium for it. So when you're looking at a label, the first thing you got to look for is the ingredient list. So for example, this is just some applesauce I picked up. Organic apples, water, organic apple juice concentrate. That's a pretty good product right there. There's not a lot of additives. So that's the first thing you need to be looking at. Then you can start to look at calories, macronutrients, make sure there's not a lot of sugar, stuff like that. And then you can look at the price. Ingredients are first on the priority list. Okay. All right, so my number one thing to stay away from, for everybody, the number one food to stay away from, vegetable oils. So pan over here, we got canola oils. Any of these vegetable oils, going to be look out for canola oil, vegetable oils, corn oils. They're terrible for your gut health. They're terrible. They wreak havoc on your immune system. They're terrible. They oxidize super easily in your body. So if you're cooking with them and heating them, they're already oxidized, and it's basically going to cause a bunch of free radical damage in your gut. And something you guys probably don't know is all illnesses, chronic illnesses, diseases, they all come from gut, basically leaky gut. So it leads to autoimmune stuff. So stay away from these. Definitely don't cook with them. Definitely don't eat them. They're terrible. If you guys do want me to do more of a video on which oils you should and shouldn't use and a little bit more about them, good oils are going to be coconut oil, especially to cook with. Coconut oil is going to be super good because it has a higher smoke point, so it's not going to oxidize easily and just cause all that gut damage and stuff like that. So get some good coconut oil to cook with, some good quality butter, some Kerrygold butter. Stay away from the canola oils, the sunflower oils. Any oils that start with S, generally bad. Let's move along. All right, so here we're looking at sports drinks. Sports drinks are rough. All right, so when it says 0 sugar, what does it really mean? It means that probably there's some sort of fake sugar in here. Sucralose. So you want to stay away from sucralose. You also want to stay away from regular sugar. They're both bad. Sucralose, it's a man-made sugar.
It tricks your brain into thinking it's real sugar. It can be a highly addictive chemical, as well as it's terrible for your gut. So definitely stay away from that.
And then zoom in on this label real quick. See where it says natural and artificial flavors? So a lot of people don't realize, but natural and artificial flavors, they're both super bad for you. You want to stay away from natural and artificial flavors. Natural flavors are actually not natural, they're man-made. You definitely want to stay away from those. They're all bad. They lead to tons of issues, gut issues. You want to stay away from stuff like that. And then look, we got tons of ingredients on here. It's all garbage. There's stuff we can't even pronounce. A couple vitamins, nothing good in here. So stay away from these. Anything that's going to say 0 sugar is going to be not good. And then if we're looking at the regular Gatorades, where we got the regular Powerades, guarantee you this has corn syrup in it probably. Look, first ingredient, water, then high fructose corn syrup. Look at that right there. Terrible for you. It's a man-made, basically, product to sweeten things, and it's going to be terrible for you. Again, it's got the natural flavors. It's going to be super bad. Don't consume natural and especially not artificial flavors. But look, second ingredient is high fructose corn syrup. That's just as bad, if not worse, than sugar. So definitely stay away from that. This whole section's kind of garbage. Moving on. All right, so now we're in the snack aisle, and marketing 101, wheat thins. It's marketing, so they want you to think it's good for you. It's going to make you thin. Shredded minis, stuff like that. Stuff that says whole grains on it. It's all marketing. But let's take a look at some of the ingredients here. So the first ingredient we got, whole grain wheat flour. It's going to be you know, a modified version of wheat flour, so it's going to be crappy. Then canola oil, so shitty oils, and then sugar, cornstarch, malt syrup, refined products, GMO, syrups, all garbage. Let's see if we can find an actual healthy alternative, and that's something that is supposed to be healthy. It looks healthy. You look at it, you see 100% whole grain wheat thins, but it's still garbage. So let's look around, see if we can find a healthy snack.
Skinny Pop.
Skinny Pop, where's that? Decent. Okay, not bad. You want to generally look for stuff that doesn't have a lot of ingredients. So this one, popcorn, sunflower oil, obviously not great, but sea salt and pepper. If it didn't have the oil, if it had a different type of oil, that would be money. So not terrible, but we can find something better. Veggie straw seems healthy, right? On the surface, let's see. Look, already tons of ingredients. I see high oleic oils, which high oleic is going to be a little bit better than regular oils, but again, crappy, shitty oils. Yeah, not good. Not good. And again, veggie straws, you'd think they're good, but again, it's made with cheap oils, bad ingredients. What else we got? What else looks good in here? This will be interesting. All right. So it's an olive oil chip, but I guarantee you it still has cheap oils in it. Olive oil is very good for you. Look at that. Potatoes, olive oil, off to a great start, even though it's not extra virgin, which is going to be the best type. And then we got our fake sugar, salt, maltodextrin, which is terrible for you, a bunch more poison, yeast extract, sunflower oil, natural flavor. So these are garbage. But look, you think olive oil, you know, they look like a healthier chip, but it's still going to be, look, gluten-free. All again, marketing, playing on the new trends and stuff like that. Let's look at pop chips. No GMO, gluten-free. Optically, looks good. Let's see. Ingredients. Tons of ingredients. Look at all these oils. Salt, brown sugar. Okay, not too bad. Other than the maltodextrin, which is not going to be good for you. The cane sugar. Yeah, that sketches me out too much on the cheap oils. All right, we'll go to a different section. Again, we're not Safeway, so it's not gonna have the healthiest stuff, but there's gonna be some other stores that have good healthy options. Maybe we'll do one at Trader Joe's where you can find good snacks. But so generally the packaged stuff is gonna have tons of preservatives. Anything in the middle aisles of grocery stores is generally gonna be heavy on preservatives to keep it have a longer shelf life. So maybe at other stores like Trader Joe's you can find some better stuff, but in Safeway, I'm not seeing anything too good so far. So let's keep moving on. All right, so here's an example of something that's cheap, it's easy to cook, it's microwavable, but it's going to be horrible. Okay, so it says no antibiotics ever. It's illegal to have antibiotics in chicken anyway, so that doesn't really matter. All vegetarian diet, okay, that's fine, but you know, what else are they going to eat? Chicken is supposed to eat vegetarian diet anyway, so it's not. No animal byproducts, that's generally a good sign. You obviously don't want to see that. That means they're not eating feces, stuff like that. Cage free, it really means nothing. All it means is they're not confined to a cage, so there's really nothing there. And look, here's a big red flag. Tons and tons of ingredients for chicken. The only ingredient should be boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and instead it's got tons of stuff. Soy protein concentrate, dextrose, a type of sugar, cheap oils, natural flavors, not good stuff. Stay away from this. Bad. All right, so now let's talk about meats and beefs for a second. So when it comes to meat, the trend now is to get grass-fed, right? So like grass-fed, we want to make sure it's grass-fed, grass-finished, because grass-fed can mean anything. It can mean that it basically all it means is they've eaten grass at some point in their life. And it also doesn't specify like what type of grass. So like, is it Chernobyl grass? Like, are they getting like tainted grass? So there's no way to know. So you want grass-fed, grass-finished meat. Bison basically is a little bit of a different standard. So bison is a little more strict on what they eat for their diet. So bison, grass-fed is good, but for beef, you want grass-fed, grass-finished. So let's see if we can find some. This is all just the regular Safeway brand. So let's see. So here's another marketing thing. So it says all natural. So all natural really honestly means nothing. It basically means no hormones, no antibiotics. That's all that natural means. But it means that it can still be processed. It can still have basically other additives. It can still have anything other than preservatives and minimally processed. So it can still have growth hormones added in. It can still be cows fed with soy, grains and basically just shitty GMO diets and stuff like that. So again, all natural really in the grand scheme of meat and products in general really means nothing. It's still gonna have chemicals in it. It's still gonna be bad for you. Gluten-free, it says gluten-free on it. Like, it's gonna be gluten-free regardless it's beef, so that doesn't really matter. Let's see if we can find a grass-fed. Again, none of this stuff really matters. We're looking for organic grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef is what we're gonna be looking for. And if something is, real quick, something to keep in mind, that if something says organic, all it means is that it has to have 70% of its overall containments in the product are organic. So there can be like 30% of stuff and it's not organic, which is a little bit sketchy. So you want 100% organic when you're looking for stuff, and also you want the organic, the USDA certified stamp of organic, which this I don't think has on it. Let's see if we can find a product that has that stamp on it. Basically, we're looking for something. Here we go. So look, again, grass-fed really means nothing. Pasture-raised, which is good. So you obviously want them pasture-raised. Again, all natural. It's just a bunch of fluff that they put on there to make it seem like it's a good product. But I'm not buying it if it doesn't say grass-fed, grass-finished, because it's still going to be cows that are fed shitty quality foods, soy, grains, genetically modified foods. So we're going to skip out on meat for today and move on to something else. So something to keep in mind, the meat and the beef, the poultry, the way these animals, pork, pigs, the way these animals are treated and raised in the United States is just shitty. So what I would recommend is to go to like a local farmer's market, something like that, to find your meat, figure out how the animals were raised, what they were eating, stuff like that. There's so much misleading stuff out here, so it's gonna be tough. I would say try to get that grass-fed, grass-finished beef. Otherwise, it's just gonna basically whatever those cows are eating, the hormones that they're eating, the hormones that they're getting injected in them, the soy crap that they're eating, that stuff's gonna be inside of you. Sorry, I was sketching a little bit. There's people watching, but yeah. So try to get stuff from the local farmers market or something like that. Honestly, Safeway has nothing that I would eat personally as far as meats go. So, yep. All right. So something to keep in mind when you're shopping for canned foods. You need to make sure it has a non-BPA lining. So I actually really like this product. BPA is a man-made chemical that's found in like receipts, plastic, stuff like that, which is really not good for you. So if you're shopping for canned foods, look for the stamp of approval for non-BPA lining right there. That's what you want to look for. Little helpful hint. All right, so now we're gonna give you guys an option of what like a good product versus a bad product would look like. So this seems great, right? It's an organics brand, which is the Safeway, organic brand. Again, if it's organic, all that means is 70% of the ingredients need to be organic. So when we look at this, we look at it really close, beef stock, that's great, that's whatever. And then you start to get into some of this stuff, cane sugar, which is not gonna be good, organic caramel color, which is horrible for your body. Then you got the high oleic sunflower oil, which is, again, gonna be poison. You got soybeans, stuff like that. So not good, just too much stuff that you don't need in your broth. So we're gonna put this one back, okay? And instead, this Pacific brand is gonna be great. It's a high protein one, it's a bone broth, but look, check it. 6 to 7 ingredients, that's the max of ingredients you should be having. Look, water, chicken, onions, carrots, celery, spices, apple cider vinegar, rosemary. Perfect, great product to get if you're looking for a different type of broth. All right, so I shit on oils a lot. I said it's one of the worst things. I mentioned that coconut oil is really good, especially for cooking. Okay, another really good oil is extra virgin olive oil. You want to make sure it's extra virgin because that means it's going to be basically in its virgin form, if you will. You don't want an olive oil that's been processed, refined, anything like that. So get a cold pressed or an extra virgin olive oil, and generally the darker the better. So there's tons of different good olive oils, but yeah, you're going to want to get one that's extra virgin, organic as well. So that's a good option for another oil. All right, so talking about good brands and bad brands. So bad brands are gonna be like your big brands, like Kellogg's, Heinz, shit like that. Miracle Whip, stuff like that. Primal Kitchen's a great brand. They actually were just bought out by Heinz, but the owner made sure that the ingredients are gonna stay the same. So what happens a lot of times is these health companies will have products and then they'll actually get bought out by bigger companies and they'll change the products and keep the same branding. So if it's organic, but they'll actually change the product. So that's a little bit sketchy. So let's look at a good alternative for a couple sauces that you can use. What do you want to do, dressings? So dressings are something that, people eat salads because salads are healthy, but they ruin it because they put so much dressing on and a bad quality dressing. So one thing to keep in mind, that dressing, it's 2 tablespoons. Most people put like 4 tablespoons on. You're looking at like 30 grams of fat if you do that. Something else to keep in mind is, look, First ingredient, blend of vegetable oils. So you're just looking at shitty oils. So you're just putting stuff in your body that's not gonna be good for your gut. And then right after that, we got water, salt, sugar. All right, so we're gonna put this back, not a great product. We're gonna see if we can find a good dressings. I know a lot of people like dressings. Ooh, let's try this one. An organic brand, lemon and olive oil. So water, organic, extra virgin olive oil, that's awesome. Organic sugar, could do without the sugar, right? But it's not entirely bad. Some organic distilled vinegar, organic lemon juice concentrate. All right, so this one's definitely a lot better. It's got none of those cheap oils. I actually would buy this one. I would definitely buy this one. Let's see if we can find another good one. So that Organics brand seems decent for this. I know there's a couple good dressing brands. The Primal Kitchen brand, like I just said, is a really good brand. But a lot of your middle shelf big name brands are going to be bad because it's the ones that have the most preservatives. It's the ones that are paying for it so you can see it right in the front. So, try to find smaller brands like Bragg. Like Bragg is generally a pretty good brand. Let's check this. Extra virgin olive oil, that's great. Apple cider vinegar, water, organic liquid coconut aminos. So yeah, pretty good product. No shitty oils. Really good product. So Bragg, look for brands like that. Stay away from Kraft. These brands are getting away with murder with the shit they're putting in. They're literally killing people with the crap they're putting in their products. So find some good brands. Bragg's good. Primal Kitchen, stuff like that. The Organics dressing, that was pretty good. Stay away again from the vegetable oils. Now we're looking at peanut butter, everyone's favorite. Something to keep in mind too, as you're going through the grocery stores, a lot of the shitty products are going to be wiped out, especially during now the quarantine. Find a lot of the stuff, the fruits and vegetables are at surpluses right now. Find a lot of the stuff that is plentiful in the grocery stores and they have a lot of. All right, so again, everyone's favorite, peanut butter. I personally don't eat peanut butter. I think it's kind of bad, but there is good kinds of peanut butter to get, so we'll break it down. So look, you want a peanut butter that the only ingredient is peanuts and maybe salt, but really just peanuts, okay? Look at this one. So the Skimpy, I only found the reduced fat, but look, roasted peanuts, corn syrup solids, sugar, pea protein, vegetable oils, cottonseed oil, which is one of the most cheap oils, soybean oil, stuff that's just gonna wreak havoc on your insides. Just a really, really bad product. Stay away from the Jif brand, the Skimpy brand, even the natural one. Like, let's look at the natural. You'd think look, again, it's marketing. It says natural. You'd think it's gonna be a little healthier for you. It actually is not bad. So you're gonna find a lot of nut butters have palm oil. Palm oil is just an oil that we really just shouldn't be consuming in our body. So stay away from that. If it didn't have the palm oil and the sugar, again, like why do you need sugar in peanut butter? So let's see if we can find a good one. Something to super stay away from, no stir. Okay, peanuts have fat in them, nuts have fat in them. They're gonna naturally separate the oil from the solid. So if it says no stir, that generally means it's gonna be hydrogenated, it's gonna have like palm oil in it, stuff to give it like more of a creamy consistency, but it's not good for you, so stay away from that stuff. So again, it's organic, but it's a no stir, so it's still gonna be shitty. Let's find a good one. What's a good brand? Let's see. So here's a good example. So again, organic. So 70% of the ingredients in here need to be organic. Let's look. So we got organic peanuts, organic palm oil, and then we got organic evaporated cane sugar, sea salt. So look, even though it's organic, it's still gonna be one I would generally stay away from. It's just got stuff in there you don't need. All you're looking for is peanuts and salt. Look, we're literally at Safeway and we can't find a single one, but this is the consistency you want. Okay, so you want to see the oil on top. I know it might gross some people out. So a way to help store this is refrigerate it and put it upside down. So go like this, put it upside down, turn it over, and then put it in the refrigerator. It'll make some of the oil dissipate in there and get around a little bit. But honestly, there's no nut butters in here that I'd eat. Also, one thing to keep in mind that peanuts have this, so lectins are a type of protein that's found in foods, and peanuts and almonds have a type of lectin that a lot of people have stomach reactions to. So it can lead to a lot of autoimmune stuff, a lot of leaky gut, which again, like those oils, it's just stuff that's gonna lead to longer term issues, stuff like leaky gut, autoimmune disease, cancer, stuff like that. So I generally tend to stay away from peanuts. With that being said, you definitely can find some good quality peanuts, and not everybody reacts to the protein lectins that are inside them, so something to think about. All right, so if you're someone who likes to buy fruits and vegetables, but they get bad too quickly, frozen vegetables are a great choice. Flash frozen is gonna be the best. That's when right after you get the vegetable, it's frozen right away, so it preserves a lot of the nutrients, a lot of the good stuff in it. So frozen vegetables are a great thing. keep them around. They cook up in like 2 minutes. I just put mine in boiling water and they're good to go. Soften them up. You can steam them, bake them, whatever. So something to keep in mind. Frozen vegetables, great alternative. All right, so one more thing to think about. Companies love playing on the nutrition and the health trends that are going on. So for example, look, the keto ice cream. People see the keto and they think it's going to be fantastic for you. Or they'll see gluten-free and just assume it's going to be good. Like I said, the most important thing is reading the ingredients list first. Just because it says keto, just because it says vegan, just because it says gluten-free, doesn't mean shit. These companies, they know that people are religious about their diets, and so they try to play on that by having that big word keto. So everybody's going to some keto product. Everybody's going to gluten-free products. Read the label first. Make sure it's a good product. Make sure you're not still putting shit into your body just because it says keto or gluten-free.
If you have your club card, please scan it now. Please wait. System processing. Follow the instructions on the pin pad.
Little chunky monkey for chunky monkey.
Hey, we bought one thing and it wasn't good, but it's not for me. Oh, did I screw it up? BPA on the receipts. So what do? Save it for the next guy. So there it is. That's the end of the grocery store video. If you guys enjoyed this, I'll definitely try to be posting more. If there is anything that you want me to talk about a little more that I didn't really get into, I'd be happy to do that and just dive into more topics that you guys want to learn about. Part of the reason is because I went to the grocery store not being able to film, and so I didn't want to just stand there and talking the whole time and get in trouble or anything like that. Yeah, and then as far as junk foods and stuff like that goes, the reason I didn't give you guys more options for a healthy chip, a healthy snack is because when I was looking in the aisles, even at the farmer's market, there isn't stuff that I would personally eat, and so I don't feel comfortable telling people good products if I wouldn't eat them myself. So that's that. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for the next one.